Hey there, Todd again. Regular Guy Reports. It's been a few days, a little while. Took a break, almost a week, I guess. Um, Celebrating 4th of July. Always appreciate that holiday and the reminders of where we were and where we are now. So looking at where we are now and where we want to be, where I want to be, is in a position where I can take care of myself and those that are in my care. I think that's probably the best and noblest pursuit, is being able to take care of what you're responsible for. In my life, I have had various levels of that responsibility, or the acceptance of that responsibility. And so every day we're finding things that I can do to move forward in those goals. Again, exercising the 3 times a week, sometimes 4 now. And it's something that subtly I'm finding that, of course, sleeping better and getting to feel the effects in the muscles, connective tissues, and all that. And so I'm feeling the scar tissue from injuries past a lot recently. The heat has been quite I feel it a lot. And so looking at the next steps that I talked about was meditation, taking time to think. And I'm thinking about taking some extended time, looking to invest in some time away. I don't know if it's going to be 1 day, 2 day, 5, 20. I'm looking at possibly heading back overseas. There's some gentlemen that I know who are working to help out those in need, and I want to go back and work with them, and I can forget myself and all the problems and everything going on that I have by investing the time in this. At the same time, I worry that it's a bit of escapism, ignoring the things of my own life by worrying about others. So where do we draw the line? Where do we maintain our local responsibilities and those global responsibilities? And it's the local responsibilities that need to be attended to first. And so in my thoughts of taking some time away, I'm still trying to balance things out in my head as far as what to do, where to go, and how to spend that time. The main thing is keeping up with those things I've started, like the exercise and the 15 minutes a day, and a little bit of journaling, writing down the thoughts, getting things on paper, and getting it to move around in the brain so that I can be more effective in thinking about it. So it's not just in conscious thought, it's also taking up residence in the id, so that the primitive or lizard brain's thinking about it as well. And so there's a lot of possibilities of what I could do. Not sure what that's going to be yet. Another thing, over the 4th, saw the movie Sound of Freedom. yeah, some very poignant messages in that film. It's about some amazing individuals doing amazing things, and it gets back to, I guess it's Jim Caviezel is the pronunciation that I've been hearing recently. I've been saying it incorrectly, I suppose. Jim Caviezel, whatever. Saying that there are those who are protectors, the sheepdogs, who have a little bit of wolf in them. But there are also the reformed wolves who are still wolves and dangerous individuals who can be put to use in protecting the innocent and redirecting those energies to protecting the innocent from the wolves. So, there have been things in life. I'm more maybe in the family of a coyote, a pest, vermin, whatever. But I want to help others. I want to work on improving the situation in which the helpless find themselves. It's one of the reasons last year I spent some time overseas and serving in ways that I thought were beneficial and productive for individuals and for kind of helping just one person at a time. We don't have to have global reach or have this massive impact. There was one woman who was a refugee and had no employment. She had lost her phone and her possessions and so forth, and we were able to pick her up get her a phone plan for several months, and so that she could get information on available work, because that's the only way that she could have contacted anyone or been contacted. So within 48 hours, she was working. I ran into her just randomly on the road, on the street, walking down the sidewalk, and there she was. And she was washing the windows of businesses. And it was, some people, it's menial work, and it's just, it's work. It's value that she was adding to the businesses and to herself. And it felt really good, selfishly so, to have been a part of that. And it's just one example of others that I was able to facilitate just by small means, my own personal means. And so I'm looking at the possibility of doing some more of that. I enjoy it. I don't know how to to make it a job or something to get remuneration from. But I want to be able to make the difference in the lives of others, one person at a time. Beginning with myself, of course, because own oxygen mask first, kind of thing. This video has obviously been just some spewing of ideas, bouncing things off, building on past steps to self-improvement and looking to find more things to add to it. As I add these things to my own life and my own core responsibilities, there were some things that came up that really stressed me out, pushed me to the edge. Concerns with finances and bills and relationships, and it's been really difficult. And I felt the sense of loss, or being lost, and a sense of disconnect and a sense of dissatisfaction with the past. And I think it's related to the fact that I'm working to manifest transformation in my own life and to implement that self-worth and those possibilities. So, when you do that, forces of darkness are going to come and they're going to try and stop that. They're going to try and impede it. They're going to remind you of your own imperfections. And that's okay. We have them. Everybody has them. And we look out there and we see all these amazing individuals, these things they've accomplished, and they're able to have the answers or something, certain je ne sais quoi. But in the end, they still have faults. They still have inadequacies that plague them and weigh heavy on their minds and on their hearts. They have discovered ways in moving forward in spite of those things. And that's, I believe, part of their innate courage or their adopted courage, the courage that they have turned into an attribute that we can do for ourselves. As a regular guy, it's just an individual who's not seriously accomplished or anything. I am still able to improve my life one little step at a time, build, working on my foundation, working on building that reality that I'm trying to picture in my own mind, and fighting the distractions of life, fighting the distractions of stress and the imposition of those emotions that are coming in at me and trying to hold me back. I am able to use those as part of the building blocks, as I recognize them and I give them their due and the lessons that they are, trying to teach me, and the things that they are can be turned into positives, and they can be kind of help me to see into my soul and review the facts, the facts that I'm using to determine my image of myself, if those facts are false truths or actually based in truth. And keeping a comparison and being able to look at a false truth versus a truth. It's a Rosetta Stone of reality, ways that I can maintain forward momentum and positive energy, because there's always the negative. Battery has positive, negative. Flow of electrons are moving in one side, out the other. There's going to be opposition in all things, and it's up to us to distill out those things that we want to keep, and those things, and maybe we want to bury as a basis for our foundation and give us something to build on. As we try to do anything in life that is challenging, we will be faced with those inadequacies within ourselves, and I've been seeing it, and I've been trying to deal with it. Had some internal fights and struggles trying to overcome those negative feelings. It's been difficult, extremely. And one of the important things is the people that I've surrounded myself with. There are those individuals that will, for some reason, try to do whatever they can to help, and do it just because they care, not looking for something, not hoping for something, but just because they care. And so that can be very touching. and very reassuring. And so the crux of this basically is that, just moving forward, keeping up with what I have committed to myself to do, and then trying to discover new things to add to it. But in the meantime, recognizing that I do have things that I need to sort out. And anytime you clean out like the basement or a closet, you got to pull everything out and throw away some things, keep others, and then you got to decide, are those things you're keeping really helping you, really of benefit, and really something worthwhile? Am I an emotional hoarder? Yes. Yeah, I think I am. So keep exercising, keep doing things that are in a positive direction. And no matter how subtle or small those movements are, it's still in a positive direction. And I'm finding that it's little by little transforming my attitude toward myself and the world around me. So there's some nonsensical babblings, and I just appreciate the platform to get it out and work on my own therapy. All right, thanks.